Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to manage customer chat requests. If a customer sends a chat request to your shopping bot requesting to chat with a human agent, you'll be able to manage this request by navigating to the sales channel section and select the shopping bot option. In the ShopBot dashboard, you go ahead and choose the track requests made by customer option here. So in this section, you can now see, this is where you see the list of chat requests made by customers. So whenever a customer chats with your shopping bot, either on WhatsApp or on Instagram or on Facebook Messenger or on Telegram, and the customer requests to chat with a human agent, you will get an email and SMS notification, and also you'll be able to log into the store admin dashboard to chat with the customer through this section. All right. So currently you can see that we have two chat requests here. So the first section shows us the name of the customer, the channel. So what this shows is that this chat request was initiated on WhatsApp. So if it was initiated on maybe Telegram, you see it here. Since it's a WhatsApp chat request, you can see the customer's phone number here, and you can see the actual message. So this is the inquiry that the customer is making. You can see the date and you can see the status of the request. So currently you see that the first one says unassigned. So what this means is that no user has initiated a chat with this customer. So if we want to reply this customer, we come to the action section here. So currently you see that the first one says respond. This is because it is unassigned. And the second one says unsuspend. This is because the user has already chatted with the customer before and then proceeded to temporarily suspend, maybe to process the customer's request and then get back to the customer. So let's say, for example, we want to reply this customer. We go ahead and click on the respond button here. All right. So you can see that clicking this button opens the chat page. So currently you see what is written here. It says that we must ensure that we pause the bot reply before we can initiate a response to this customer's chat request. So what this means is that if we don't deactivate the bot reply function, the customer will be getting automated replies from the shopping bot even when we are chatting with the customer. So it is important that we disable the bot reply function before we start to chat with the customer. So to do that, we come here, we go ahead and click on the pause button here. All right. So once we pause the bot reply function, what this means is that when the customer replies to our chat messages, the bot will no longer automatically send the customer a message. So after we pause this, we go ahead and then open the chat box here. So now that we have opened it, we go ahead and type in a message. So we say this is a test human staff reply. So once we go ahead and click on the send button here, the message we typed in will be sent to the customer. All right. So once we are able to resolve this customer's issue, so let's say we have responded and the customer has responded to our message and we have resolved this customer's inquiry. For us to be able to close this window, we come to this section again. We must ensure that we enable the bot reply function. After we enable the bot reply function, then we go ahead and click on the resolve button here. So, but if we have not resolved this customer's issue and we want to temporarily pause instead of closing this request, because once we click on the resolve button, the request will automatically be deleted from the list of bot requests that we have on this page. So let's say, for example, we have not fully resolved this customer's issue and we want to be able to temporarily suspend it and then get back to it later. The next thing we have to do is we go ahead and re-enable the bot reply. All right. So once we activate it, we come up here and click on the suspend button. So you see that once we suspend the request, you see that the status of the request has changed to suspended. And we can always come back to this page and unsuspend it to continue the conversation with the customer. So the same thing we can do for this request. If we want to, let's say we go back to the previous page here and maybe either today or tomorrow or whenever we want to come back when we have resolved that customer's request, we come back to the request section. We go ahead and click on the unsuspend button here. So clicking that will reopen the chat window for that specific customer. So here we can now proceed to continue the chat with the customer and let the customer know that we have resolved the issue. So once we have done that, we can then proceed. Remember that before we start chatting, we have to always ensure that we pause the bot reply function. So after we have completed and we've alerted the customer that the issue has been resolved, for us to be able to finally close this request, we have to come back here, re-enable the bot reply function, and then we go ahead, instead of clicking the suspend button, we click on the resolve button. All right. So take note that when you click on the resolve button, there is an additional confirmation that shows reminding us to enable the bot reply. So we must ensure that the bot reply function is enabled so that the customer can continue to receive automated messages from the bot once we resolve an issue. So if we have done that, we go ahead and click on the OK button here. So you see that once that is done, you've seen that that request has been updated to resolved, and we no longer have the option to continue the conversation with this customer. So take note that once you resolve a customer's request, the request will automatically be deleted from this page. So we can do the same thing for this request. If we are certain that we have resolved the inquiry that the customer has made here, we can go ahead and click on the unsuspend button. All right. So we still have the option to chat. This is the chat window for this customer. So we can go ahead and let's say the customer replies. Let's say we go ahead and simulate a reply. All right. All right. So you see that once the message lands, you can see it here. So because I have not disabled the bot reply, you see that an automated message was sent. So you must always ensure that you pause this. So for us to test this now, let's go ahead and pause it. So once we pause this and then we send another message, say this is a test message. All right, so just as we said, if we want to go ahead and resolve this, remember we must enable the bot reply, as I said earlier. So once it's enabled, we click on the resolve button. So let's say, for example, we had navigated away from this page. Let's say we went to another page and we got back here again. You see that if we had mistakenly closed the chat window before clicking on the resolve button, when we come back to this page, you see that the status for that request has been set as assigned. So what that means is that there is currently an active interaction between that customer and the admin user. So let's say if we want to now come back and properly close this, we click on the resolve button here, and after clicking on the respond button, we come here and click on resolve. So now we can then proceed to click on the OK button to close the request. So as I said earlier, once a request has been resolved, we no longer have the option to engage with that customer until the customer sends another request. So take note of this option here that says notifications, right? This is an important section because it allows us to set the phone number and WhatsApp number that will receive a message whenever a customer initiates a request. So once a customer initiates a request to chat with a human agent, the numbers we set here will receive an SMS and WhatsApp notification message. So it is important we set a number that is active so that we will not miss any of the messages sent to chat with an agent. So once we set the number here, we go ahead and click on the save button. All right. So note that we can manually delete any of the requests by ticking this option. So let's say, for example, we want to delete this. We tick this and then we click on the delete button. So this is an example on how we can use the ShopBot request section to initiate chat directly with customers that has requested to chat with a human agent. Thank you for watching.